So find your most comfortable position. So the first thing we're going to do is practice breath, because this is breath-based exercise. So place one hand low on your belly, just above your pubic bone, and your other hand right about your the bottom of your rib cage. So you're going to take a generous inhale, not especially deep, and on the exhale, cinch your waist in with the muscles around your tummy, and let all of that go. Inhale, let the waist go and the ribs go, and just allow the inhale. So we're not trying to take super deep breaths, just following the breath, because every motion will be with the breath. So on an inhale, we'll move until your inhale's finished, and on the exhale, we'll move till your exhale's finished. So try to find your inhale and exhale, the top of it and the bottom of it. And you're going to stay focused on the breath through the whole series. So as you're inhaling, you're allowing everything to expand, not purposely expanding. And on the exhale, you're pulling the waist, cinching the waist in, stabilizing the low back and core. And on the inhale, you're releasing and relaxing that, allowing the breath to enter your body easily and gently. Place your hands down by your sides and keep following the breath. Notice how it comes in and goes out, and you're specifically looking for the end of the inhale and the end of the exhale. So on your next exhale, pull both knees to your chest and place your hands on your kneecaps, fingertips pointing down, and let your elbows go all the way straight and your feet heavy, ankles relaxed. So we would be at that point at the top of your inhale, and you're going to cinch the waist in as you exhale and pull the knees towards your chest. Use the muscles of your belly more than the strong arms. And then on the inhale, let the legs move all the way away. And on the exhale, pull the legs in. So no tension through your jaw or the front of your throat or in your shoulders. You're moving with your breath. Notice what's happening in the low back. And the next few, let's purposely lengthen the exhale. And if it doesn't bother, if it doesn't hurt, go ahead and give your legs a little extra squeeze at the very end of the exhale, and then allow the inhale. And then you can pull the knees in and give your waist a cinched in, little extra squeeze. And then on the next inhale, one leg at a time, place both feet back on the mat and hands by your sides, and just notice how you feel. So as you're noticing how you feel between exercises, keep following your breath, keeping your mind on the breath and the sensations in your body. So on your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms towards the ceiling and over your head. If your shoulders don't allow you to take your arms all the way over your head, only go where it's comfortable. And on the exhale, your arms go down by your sides. So this is a little bit more difficult to coordinate the breath with the movement because your arms move a lot more than any place in your body. So coordinate that your exhales at the end when your fingers touch the mat, and that your inhale is at the end when your arms are all the way up over your head. If you only take your arms as far as the ceiling, that's fine. Notice what's happening in your back as you inhale. The arms sweep up towards the ceiling and over your head. And notice what's happening as you cinch your waist in on the exhale and return your arms back to your sides. Then take a break. And keep following your breath and just notice the sensation in your low back, around your chest. Relax your jaw and your neck. On your next exhale, one at a time, pull your knees to your chest, and you're going to place your hands behind your knees on the back of your thighs. So inhale here. On the next exhale, pull the knees a little bit towards the chest, and on the next inhale, take one heel all the way up towards the ceiling. You can reach the heel up. Make sure the other ankle is nice and relaxed, and on the exhale, let it come back down. So you're coordinating the movement with the breath. The coordination is more important than the movement, so that you're coordinating that your heel's all the way up at the end of your inhale and your heel's all the way down at the end of the exhale. We're only going to do that 3 times. So again, your heel goes towards the ceiling on the inhale and it comes down on the exhale. And then let's try the other leg 3 times. So as your heel moves up for the ceiling, keep the other ankle nice and relaxed. And then exhale. When your heel's all the way down, your breath is at the end of the exhale. So we'll do that 3 times. Notice the difference between one leg and the other. There will always be a difference between one side and the other. Maybe even slight, or maybe a lot. And when you've done the other leg 3 times, we're going to try both legs. So you're going to inhale both legs up. If that's too difficult, go back to one leg at a time. So we're going to do it 3 times. So if doing both legs is too difficult, do one leg at a time 3 times again. And then one more. Stay there, exhale, and on your next inhale, put one foot at a time back on the table. Place your hands down on the table. Find a very comfortable position, because that was a tough movement. Keep following your breath. So the next exercise is a little harder, so if you found that quite difficult, please just repeat that. If you want to try this one, on your next exhale, pull both knees towards your chest one at a time. Place your hands behind your kneecaps, behind their knees, right? All right, now you're going to try to leave your knees there and take your hands down by your sides. If you can do that, on your next inhale, take the left leg and the right arm up towards the ceiling. Coordinate the breath. On the exhale, the arm goes back down to the table and the knee bends. And then the left arm and right leg, inhale up towards the ceiling. And exhale, the arm down and the knee bends. Again, right arm, left leg, inhale up towards the ceiling. Coordinate with your breath. You're going to want to rush this because it's tough. And you can, on the exhale, inhale left arm, right leg. Stabilize by cinching the waist in, and then we're going to try both arms and both legs towards the ceiling on the inhale. You got to really pull that tummy in, cinch that waist in as you exhale down, and on the next inhale, put one foot and then the other on the mat and relax. Relax your arms, relax your legs, relax your jaw, relax the back of your neck. Keep following the breath as it flows in and out of your body. Place your feet together, knees together. We're going to practice bridges. Press down in your feet, press down in your hands, keep your feet and knees together, and on the inhale, lift your tailbone, sacrum, waist, and ribs towards the ceiling. Keep the knees together, feet together, and as you exhale, roll the ribs down, roll the waist down, roll the sacrum down, and then the tailbone. We're going to do that 3 times, keeping your feet together, knees together. Press into your hands and feet. Take up the hips, the waist, and the ribs on the inhale. On the exhale, ribs down, waist down, hips down. The 3rd time, keeping the feet and knees together, start your inhale and then press up through the hips, waist, and ribs. And on the exhale, keeping your knees and feet together, roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Take your feet apart as wide as your hips and rest for a moment. Notice how you feel. I'm going to remind you that anything that is uncomfortable that you would not do, anything that hurts, you would not do. If it's hard work, then I invite you to try. Maybe if I've offered that you do it 3 times, you do it 1 time. And rest the other 2 until the next time you can try 2. But unless otherwise prescribed, let's keep most of these movements at 3. Now with your feet and hips, feet and knees hip distance apart, on the inhale, take your hips up, your waist up, and ribs up. And on the exhale, keep your knees as wide as your hips, not wider, not closer. Don't let them wobble in or out. Roll down 1 vertebra at a time, the ribs, the waist, and then the sacrum, tailbone. Press down in the feet and hands, keeping the knees as wide as your hips, not allowing to roll in or out. As you take up the hips, the waist, and the ribs. And on the exhale, pull the muscles under the ribs, pull down through your belly button, pull down just above your pubic bone, and release at the end of the exhale. Coordinate the inhale, that you begin the inhale, and you've reached the top of your inhale by the time you've reached the top of your bridge. Keep your knees from splaying out or rolling in, and then on the exhale, roll down 1 vertebra at a time. And rest. Notice how you feel. If that made you breathe a little bit hard, notice that. If it seemed really easy, notice that. And then we're going to take your feet wider than your hips. This is more challenging. This is more challenging because the knees will either try to roll in or roll out. So you're going to try to keep your middle toe, ankle, and knee in the same line. So as you press down into the feet and hands, begin your inhale and roll the hips up. And when you're ready, you're going to exhale and roll the ribs down, waist down, hips down. No tension in the throat, front of the shoulders. Keep your knees in line with your ankles and press into the feet and hands. And on the inhale, take the waist up, ribs up. And on the exhale, pull the ribs down, belly button down, pubic bone down. One more time, pay attention to your inhale as you press down into the feet, that you're going to coordinate that you're at the very top of the bridge, at the top of your inhale. And you're going to roll down and you're going to coordinate that your exhale is going to be at the same time that you're all the way down. Walk your feet so that they're back in the same place as your hips. Rest for just a moment. And then we're going to do the opposite of that, which is to pull the knees into the chest, 1 at a time, and wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a snug hug. And you can rock a little bit side to side. And then on your next inhale, you can stay here longer than that, but I'm going to offer that you take an inhale and put one foot down at a time, and then find a resting position that's comfortable for you. You can take your legs down and put a pillow under your knees, or stay there with your knees bent and feet on the mat.